To successfully establish a perennial wildflower meadow on your patch, it is important that you consider the following advice. First of all, check what species of wildflowers are already present to ensure that you do not remove anything of interest. Let your meadow plot grow for at least one season to see what pops up. See our Meadows page for a free wildflower ID guide to help you. It is wise to start with a site free from plants such as nettles, cow parsley, dock, thistle and hogweed, as less competitive wildflower species will struggle to get established. Areas with more than 1/3 perennial ryegrass should also be avoided. For meadow wildflowers to thrive, prepare a weed-free, clean seedbed, ideally with thin soils, good drainage and in a sunny position. To benefit our native pollinating insects, it is important that UK provenance seeds are used. This will ensure that flowering plants are suited to the life cycle of insects and other wildlife. Finally, once your meadow is established, remember to cut and remove the summer growth to allow new seedlings to come through, prevent nutrient buildup and keep any coarse grasses and weedy species under control. In order for wildflower seeds to germinate successfully, allow time to prepare a fine weed-free seedbed of bare earth. For larger sites, use a compact tractor and blecavator or power harrow. In one pass, a blecavator will bury stones, debris and short vegetation, raking the ground level while providing a fine top layer of soil. To enhance an existing area of grassland, turf cutters can be used to remove several strips of vegetation to create bare earth. This tool is useful for removing couch grass rhizomes, nettle roots and top tap roots of cow parsley and hogweed, as well as removing fertility and weed seeds. Cut turves can be used for compost or combined with logs and stones to form part of a wildlife refuge in the corner of your plot. For smaller, uneven and patchy sites, hire a rotavator to bury and break up the soil and any existing vegetation. This should be raked and rolled to create a firm soil surface. Weed matting left in situ over the summer period can also create bare earth patches. These should be removed, raked off and replaced on several occasions to allow weed flushes to occur and then be suppressed. This is a chemical-free way to not only kill off growing weeds but to trigger germination of dormant weed seed in the soil so they can be removed. After creating bare earth, a flush of weedy species is likely to occur and should be controlled throughout the summer to create a clean seedbed prior to sowing in autumn. Non-chemical approaches, including gentle raking throughout the summer, weed matting or hand weeding with a fork and spade, can help to exhaust the weed seed bank. Remember, do not disturb the ground immediately prior to sowing, as this can create another flush of weeds. It is important that you select wildflower species that can tolerate the soil type and site conditions on your plot. For nutrient-rich soils, a general-purpose meadow mix that contains robust species such as common knapweed and meadow cranesbill is a good start. A reputable seed supplier will provide seed mixes to suit your conditions. Sowing in autumn is ideal as ground conditions are warm and moist. Sowing in spring is second best, but seeds that require winter frosts will not be activated. Also, you run the risk of drier soils and vigorous grass growth taking over before wildflowers can get established. It is important to always use locally sourced seed and plants to help conserve the local varieties of wildflowers best adapted to your area. This will also increase your chances of success. Avoid using imported seed or plants grown from unreliable sources. For a perennial wildflower meadow that flowers year on year, select a standard mix with 80% fine-leaved meadow grasses and 20% wildflowers. These meadow grasses are less competitive than coarse or common lawn grasses and play several important roles within the meadow, not least helping to restrict colonisation from more competitive weedy species, and should be an essential component of your mix. In small to medium plots, mix your seed with sharp sand to guarantee an even spread of seed. Sand also helps to highlight any unsown patches against the darker earth and helps to prevent uneven sowing. Sow your plot with 4 grams of seed per square metre unless your supplier states otherwise. For larger sites, divide your seed and sand mix equally between buckets, remembering to scatter evenly for good distribution. For successful germination, roll your sown plot. This will ensure that the seed has a good contact with the soil. Water-filled rollers can be hired from your local tool hire at little expense. To encourage an even spread of plants, quick colonisation and control of annual weedy species, cut the first year's growth regularly. Allow it to grow to 15 centimetres and then top with a mower back down to 5 centimetres, removing the cuttings each time. Repeat this action throughout the first growing season. For long-term success, it is essential to cut and remove the summer growth every year. For more advice on the right tools for the job, see our meadow management videos. Introducing native pot-grown plants into existing grassland will help to boost diversity quickly. Local stock can be bought from nurseries grown from seed, but remember to stay peat and fertiliser free. To help reduce nearby competition, firstly trim or mow your planting area, then cut the turf out, replace the turf upside down or remove, and plant into this bare patch using a bulb planter or trowel. Backfill if necessary and position the plant in the hole so that it sits level with the ground. Planting groups and space at 6 to 10 per square metre. Autumn planting is best to allow the roots to become established, while planting in the spring is next best. With patience and regular management, in time your meadow will become a haven for local wildlife.